Yo, in this video I'm gonna show you how I draw my support and resistance levels. I do this every week before the Forex market opens, and I use 3 time frames: the weekly, the daily, and the hourly. So what I do when I go through my pairs and draw my levels is I start on the weekly time frames, and I just look for support and resistance levels, right? Like obvious ones. And I draw my weekly ones in a red color, like so. We have something up there. There's a bit here. Wouldn't go on the daily then. And then I draw obvious levels on the daily, which is here. And my daily levels I draw in orange. Whoops. And then I go to the week or the hourly, and I draw the hourly levels, like so. And basically how I find these support and resistance levels is I look from the right to the left, okay? Like so. And I look at the recent data. And recently we couldn't break below here. So this is why I draw my support here. Okay? And also, if you notice something, when I'm on the weekly chart, the only support and resistance that are showing are the ones that I draw on the weekly chart. Right? Now if I go on the daily, we see the daily as well, and the weekly. The hourly, we see the hourly, the weekly, and then the daily up there. So how I do this is, on TradingView anyway, I go to visibility, and this is the weekly. I make sure that it is visible on every time frame. And then the daily, I make sure that it is visible to every time frame up until the daily. So the weekly time frame is unchecked, and the hourly, the daily and the weekly chart is unchecked. Okay? So let's go on to the next pair. We start on the weekly chart. Find key levels of support and resistance. Move to the daily. Around there. And then the hourly. It's down there. We can adjust these ones on the lower time frames as well. Right. Let's do a bit of adjustments. Go back to the weekly. Continue down the pairs. Now marking the daily levels. Can sometimes be a little tricky to find the best level, but doesn't have to be perfect. And then finally we mark out the hourly. Right, and okay. So just drawing the levels is one thing, right? We also have to decide how to act when price gets near one of these levels. So for choosing trades, I go to the daily chart, right? And I wait for price to break through the daily level. So here on the GBP JPY pair, I would wait for price to break out here, for example, and then if price does that, I'll go to the hourly chart to define my entry. And basically my entry would be the last high that price made pre-breakout. Okay? And I'm gonna make another video explaining this, where I show some examples and stuff. But this video, it's just about how I mark out my levels. Alright, I'm gonna do the rest of my levels now, and I will turn the microphone and camera off.